We're here with Lisa Uhl for the Chicago Marathon. How's your training coming into this?
It's been good. When I originally decided to do Chicago, I talked it over with Corey, and we took a little bit more of a conservative approach to training. I have a good background in mileage, I would say, since like 2009. I've been running 90 to 100 miles a week. And then as a professional, I was getting more in that like 100 to 120 area, but I would just really struggled with like fatigue and burnout and injuries the last year and a half. So we knew going into this, I'd rather walk into it being a little bit undertrained and healthy and feeling fresh than overtrained. So the training was probably a little bit less volume than I would normally think leading into a marathon. I ran like 90 to 100. My long runs were still longer, my workouts were still longer, but kind of that recovery stuff was backed off a little bit.
Yeah, total volume.
Yep, so total volume was a little bit lower. But I executed all the training I wanted to do. It's been moving in the right direction, especially in the last 2 to 4 weeks. So I feel like I'm hitting it at the right time. So, I've never done a marathon before, so I don't know how the training is going to translate into racing, but I feel good about it.
Now, you'd said that originally you thought, when you meant to go make your marathon debut, you might be going for the American debut record, and now you said, you don't think that's realistic.
Yeah.
What do you think is realistic? What have you been training for? Have you had a certain time in mind, or has it just been kind of by feel?
Yep. Some of it's been feel, but really like 2:37 is kind of my goal for this race. I think if I can sustain 6-minute pace for 26.2, I'll walk away happy on Sunday and feeling like I took a big step forward. I mean, realistically for me, I ran the BIX back in June, and I mean there were some other things going on then, like my high school camp was that week, so I was a little bit tired. But I think I ran like 5:55 pace for 7 miles. So like I knew I wasn't going to walk out here and try to run under 2:30 in 3 or 4 months. Like that's not realistic. And when I talk about doing the like American debut record, that was back when I was running 14:55 and 31:12, and I'm just coming from a different place. So for me, I think I'll walk away happy on Sunday running faster than 2:37. I'm going to try to go out through the half at 6-minute pace. Hopefully that'll feel good, and I can work my way down that second half and be a little closer to that 2:35 range. But I just really want to execute my race plan on race day and walk away with a positive experience. So.
All right, now looking back to like 2012, you make the U.S. 10K Olympic team. Did you think you'd be making your marathon debut this soon, or was that always kind of in the back of your head, or is that something like, I know you blogged about, you had the last couple of years haven't been going great, and you kind of wanted to start something fresh, something you were excited about?
Yeah, I figured that I would do the marathon before 2016. I figured I would want to experience it and decide if I wanted to move in that direction for the Olympics or if I wanted to just stick to the track. So it was always in my head that I would make my marathon debut sometime between 2012 and 2016.
Now, and looking ahead to 2016, kind of Sunday might be a good indication of what event you kind of go for?
Yeah, I think if I can walk away on Sunday running 2:37 with where I've been and where I'm coming from, I think that's a good indication of me being able to do positive things in the marathon. Just coming from where I've come from, I've always felt like I'd be a great marathoner, and I've had people tell me that, but I feel like you don't really know that until you go experience one. So if I can run well on Sunday, I think I'll definitely run the trials in 2016, especially too because you never know what's going to happen in an Olympic year. Like you get one chance every 4 years to make an Olympic team. So if I can give myself 3 shots in the marathon, in the 10K, and the 5K, that's better than just 1 shot, or 2 shots. So I'll definitely run the trials.
Yeah, and there's obviously plenty of time between where you can recover and still get ready for track.
Exactly.
And as far as like the training itself goes, like looking on even future, I mean, do you like the marathon training? Is that like, I can see myself doing this?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed the marathon training. I've really enjoyed the long tempos. I've really enjoyed the build-up. For me, the stuff I struggle with is the track stuff, that anaerobic stuff, the turnover, and that's what I've always struggled with when I've been running. It's like the speed component is always the issue. The engine has never been an issue. So it's been fun for me because I just haven't felt like I've been banging my head against the wall. Like I feel like I actually recover from those long runs a lot better than I recover from something like 20 by 200 or something like that, Okay. That aerobic stuff I feel like I recover well from. So it's been really fun. I've enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next marathon build-up and comparing it to this one and knowing what to change and what not to change, what I've done well, what I haven't done well. It's been fun. It's been a new thing, which has been really good for me.
Great. Has it been hard training? Like, I'm assuming you probably have to do a lot of this stuff by yourself. I know Coach Immels is coaching long distance now. Has that been difficult, or do you have training partners that you can do some of that stuff with?
My husband has done every long run with me on the weekends, so he works a full-time job during the week, but he did quite a few of my 20 milers with me, or he was on a bike having my fluids, so I always had him for those. During the week, I have a guy who coaches at a high school in Des Moines. He's run 225 and 226 for the marathon, and he's been awesome. He's like the unsung hero of my training. He's really helped me out a lot on like tempos and some of the track stuff that I've done. And he's just like, what does Corey want you to do today? And he just helps me out with it and does it. He's like, there's no battle of him trying to get his own fitness in. He's just like really dedicated himself to helping me out, which has been great. And then I have friends in Des Moines that I do easy runs with, but the hard workouts are the thing where it's like nice to have someone there with you, even if they're just holding the watch. And between my husband and Jake, the guy I've been training with, they've helped me out a lot.
All right, well, great. Glad to hear things gone well, and good luck on Sunday.
Thanks.